Okay, so today's cruise starts off just outside the town of Altrincham, which you can see on the right hand side of the screen. I'm moored right on the edge of the town, and it is a couple of miles. It's all straight, very broad, really straight canal, through Altrincham itself, then through Sale, both apparently quite nice, well-to-do towns, so no problem there. Then we go almost due north under the M60 motorway, and then back into a rather more gritty area of Stretford. I'm planning to stop at Stretford Marine, which is that. Then carry on for a bit. There's a turn to the left, which I'm not going to take, the Lee branch, which takes you into Lancashire. I'm going to carry on through Trafford Park, parallel to the ship canal. You can see just to the north, go past the ship, alongside the ship canal for a couple of miles, past Old Trafford, and then that is where I'm aiming for. And in particular, I'll just zoom in. It's this here, Castlefield Junction. I've called it Castlefield Basin. It's actually Castlefield Junction, and it's an arm off of the Bridgewater Canal. That's my destination, Castlefield Junction. Almost in the centre of Manchester, sort of on the edge of the centre. And yeah, that is today's destination. So let's see how we go. Friends, Romans and contraband, lend me your ears. Just, practicing, darling. Practicing a dreadful Scouse accent. Awful business. But anyway, here we are. Oh, sorry. So here we are. This is the edge of a pretty large town. It's kind of it counts as an outskirt. Is the thing as an outskirt, or is it always plural? I think it's plural. Comment below. No, don't comment below. Today is a historic day, and that is because this may be the day when I make my grand entrance to Manchester, which for a person hailing from Liverpool can occasionally be a somewhat dangerous enterprise to undertake. But for the viewers, I'm prepared to go there and risk being dismembered by a raging mob of Mancunianites. But because there has long been a degree of antipathy between Liverpool and Manchester, which I think is largely good-natured. I worked there for the best part of 5 years. Just nice people, the Mancunians. Whether I will still feel the same way after a couple of days in the town joke, of course I will. So this is a long leg. I think this is the longest sort of single leg or single day's trip I will have done for ages, really, because I tend to take things fairly easy, as we know. So I probably should get my foot down. That's what I should do. Okay, let's do that. Let's get some speed up. And I don't know what the convention is around here for saying hello to boaters. I suspect it doesn't really exist. One or two people will give you a nod or hello, but it's certainly not a universal thing the way it is, in some places I've visited. That's not to denigrate people. I'm sure as you get closer to a really big town, attitudes do change in that way. Out in a more rural location, people are, tend to wave and say hello, and just, there's more of a thing. Sorry, I'm just reaching for the stick. It was a broken stick I used because I've got an itchy back, and I can't leave the tiller, but also I can't suffer the indignity of an itchy back. So thank you very much, stick. So yeah, it's all sort of built up, industrial units on this side, houses on this side, and having looked at the map, I know that on either side, certainly on this side, on either side it's urban for maybe 3-4 miles in each direction. So we're entering properly built up area. I'll try and find out what the hell speed I'm doing. I'm not sure I trust this bloody thing, but let's see what it says. 3.2, 3.6, 3.7. 3.4, 3.6, 3.1, disappointed. 3.4, 3.6, 3.2. Okay, 3.5. Make of it what you will, really. 3.7. I would conclude that we're doing about 3.3, which is disappointing. Right, this is saying 5 kilometers an hour. That's only 3 miles an hour. How can we just be doing 3? Surely that's wrong. Now it's saying 6. I'm not sure that's any better, is it? It's not even giving me a decimal point. That is pathetic. That is absolutely pathetic. Why isn't it it's not even giving me like 5.5 kilometers an hour or some, no thanks, sod off, go away, save, no, disappear, go. The apps just won't leave, go.
Sure, 2 minutes, starting now.
What the phone? 2 minutes? What? The phone's going to do something in 2 minutes that it thinks I want it to do because of my rant about not switching off. And that's the old Xiaomi one as well. That's the rubbish one with a crappy camera there. It sort of works in... Are you even interested in that? In how my Xiaomi camera works? And the picture goes bright, dark, and it ruins the artistic composition of what I'm trying to achieve here. So that's no good. Itchy back. This stick is pointed as well, a pointed stick. This is an impressive builder. I've got a feeling we're going to see many impressive buildings today. But look at that, very impressive. Right, so the phone, whatever my rant, stop it. Whatever my rant was a couple of minutes ago, the phone, and this is a rubbish phone, so it interpreted that as set an alarm for 2 minutes. I'm scared to even say the words now. We're about 2/3 of the way to Manchester Centre. I'm planning to stop at a place called Stretford Marine, which reminds me I've got to give them a call. Is this some kind of medical establishment? Everyone getting warmed up for a day in the office there? Mansion house. Yeah, all traipsing in. Yeah, I don't want to gloat, or anything like that, obviously. But as a retired person, it's kind of just that sobering reminder when you're in a town and you see people all traipsing towards work. None of them look fantastically happy, that must be said, but they're all traipsing towards or into their places of work. It's a reminder not to take for granted, how fortunate I am really, that I don't have to do that every single day. So I wasn't able to determine my speed, was I? I'm going to have another go. We might be looking at 3.6, 3.7 here. Yeah. So we've got a nice little turn of speed on, which, you know, obviously is welcome. Here's because, right, this is that I've been apprehensive about this, making this trip, right, because it's like a journey of no return. Stop being a drama queen, I hear you say. Well, hear me out, because it's 12 miles, right, but there's only one place that's kind of safe to moor in the centre, where there's loads of boats, so safety in numbers thing. And there's only one place, and that's called Castlefield Basin. There's other places. Listen, I know I'm being a wuss, right? The boaters are probably watching. So we stayed at the bridge and this, and you know, we were never touched. We never heard a single murder all night long. Nobody got stabbed, and you know, we never got sold into slavery. I can't afford to get sold into slavery at my age. You know what I mean? So it's a one-shot deal. Is this? When I sort of planned this out, when I had the concept for the trip, you know, when I was running through some different concepts, my concept was get up ridiculously early, like start at 7. That's not ridiculously early, obviously, you know what I mean? So I'm warming up. Do you see the genius of the thin shirt anorak scheme? Just, you've got to think these things through. So this all feels okay. This feels like you could stay here and not be sort of interfered with by local jobs here. It's weird, after being on the CRT canals for so long, it's weird having such a wide, straight canal. Right. So, where was I? I've started about 4 conversations and I've not finished any of them. So let me finish something, right? The 10-mile thing. So there's only one place that I'm sort of happy to stay at in Manchester. That's Castlefield based. But I'm early enough that if the basin is full and there's no spaces available in there, rather than sort of go out and park on my own on the towpath somewhere, I've got time to come back. But basically there has to be a spot in that basin, or I'm just like, I'm boned. Basically I've got to get the hell out and do another 8 miles back to a safe location. There's nowhere safe between Manchester Centre and Sale, basically, is the information I've had, which is a good sort of 7 miles, I think. You're just hoping that there'll be a space. That's, you know, and it's not like turning up at sort of Ellesmere and hoping for a space on the Ellesmere Arm or somewhere for convenience. It's for, this is safety. If I can't get into that basin, I'm not safe. The rubbish is because I'd already been 2 weeks away from facilities when I came here. I've got 5 weeks worth of rubbish built up, plus the broken bicycle, plus the chair, the broken chair. So it's just horrendous. The cratch is just, oh. Anyway, so I desperately need rubbish facility. So I will stop at Stretford Marine. But I'm worried about rats as well. Inner city moorings are prone to rats. In Chester, I saw rats running along the roof of a boat a couple of times. I saw rats on the bank beside, you know, I'd open the door and there'd be rats stood on the bank. My hair sort of lulled me into a false sense of security, thinking it's going to behave, but it's not going to end well, because we're going to get a strong breeze later on. Then again, we're all in the same boat with that respect. We're on the same boat. Yeah? No? So the fact that there are more boats along, because I can see one up front too, is very encouraging, because it means it's possible to stop here and not be killed. It's a shame in a way. It doesn't bother me when I sort of make overtures to say hello, you know, with the initial sort of smile, you know, Not like that, because that's like a maniac smile, but you know what I mean, like a proper. I can feel the beginnings of the need for a comfort brake, but to be honest with you, it's just not an option. It was an option back there because there were railings, and I could have, pardon me, secured the boat to the railings. Oh, this is interesting. There's some rowers up ahead with massive oars. Morning, guys. But this is a public park. There's a public park here. Looks like tennis, basketball courts. Certainly looks parkish on that side. So it seems like Sale is a fairly sort of well-to-do kind of an area. So what that was is a little coffee boat. The traders selling coffee out of this boat, and Starbucks afloat or something. Well, I might need a hand on the way back, so kind of don't go too far. There's some biscuits in it for you, so I'm not, you know, I'm a fair man. So, some absolutely charming lady rowers there, getting themselves ready to have a bash up and down the canal, and why not? And I want to add as well, that heartless, cynical viewers are mocking me for overusing the phrase comfort brake. And to be honest, all I can really say is get used to it. And also, you know, let's be honest, it's a damn sight more pleasant than the alternative phrases, isn't it? You know what I mean? Water the horses and all the sort of similar unsavoury phraseology. For those of a sensitive disposition like myself, I feel comfort brake is the way to go. I don't know whether to pull for a comfort brake. There's railings, right? Look at this. Those railings are super convenient to just tie a rope to. My clever centre line would go on there and I could nip inside. But it's not an urgent situation. It feels like it's a nice to have. So this spot, right, this town, this is Sale, and this is a potential stopping point on the return leg out of Manchester, because I quite like the look of it. I think this would be quite a nice town. We're going to run out of Sale in another mile, and after that there's nothing. You cannot stop. Well, you can't moor overnight. Look, there's a hire boat here, and if this is deadly dangerous, he never got the memo, did he? I think the worst that's going to happen here, right, is a few kids are going to be a nuisance, but you're not in any physical danger. And after all, you know, you can put up with the kids being a bit of a nuisance. Some more railings up ahead as well. Oh, I'm tempted. But Stretford Marine is about 2 miles away at most, which is 40 minutes, do 3 miles an hour. wait 40 minutes then? Why do that? I'd rather like to go now. Right, I'm going to go for it, I think. It's a lot of palaver for a comfort break, but you know it's got to be done. So, this is what I have contrived. The rope is secured to the middle part of the roof. Comes down here and I've hooked on via a nappy pin. Again, a lot of palaver for a quick stop, but